Ta'ora, V'simchach, V'sason, V'ikar. For the Jews, there has always been light and joy and gladness and honor. Ken Tieh Lanu, may it be so for us. Please sing along. Hello, everyone. Good evening. We hope you'll join us as we come to the end of the week and welcome in a new one with the Havdalah blessings. Rabbi Lauren has our symbolic handle. Please join us and sing along. Shavua tov, everybody.
Shavua Tov. I'm Gail Dunner, and I have the honor of serving as president of this incredible congregation, Or Hadash. This evening's celebration marks an important moment in our synagogue's life cycle as we enter into a Brit Kehillah, or a communal covenant, with our new spiritual leader, Rabbi Lauren Henderson. I want to welcome all of you who've joined us tonight, our congregants, friends, families, many rabbis, and leaders from our Atlanta community and beyond. This is the first time in our 18-year existence that we are having this type of celebration. And as we began to plan for this occasion, we realized that there is no formal ritual or liturgy that we have to use that defines this event. So that gave us carte blanche to create a meaningful evening combining music and learning, and most importantly, a community gathering. I want to thank our event co-chairs, Mark Gary, Sylvia Serrano, and Debbie Adler, who so lovingly worked with Rabbi Lauren to imagine and define what this celebration could be. So what is the purpose of this Brit Kehillah? As Rabbi Lauren referenced in her Shabbat message yesterday, we view this event as a time and place and a time and space for Rabbi Lauren to put down roots in our Kehillah and enter into a sacred relationship with us. It's a relationship of mutual trust and of collective understanding that we are all co-creators of this special community. It places Rabbi Lauren amongst us to build and strengthen our community connections. And it acknowledges that she will be leading and guiding us as we work together to nurture this Or Hadash family. If we rewind to almost exactly a year ago, Rabbi Lauren came from Chicago to interview with our community, and we knew as soon as she and Joel finished the weekend that she was our B'Sheret. There was going to be a perfect partner. And fast forward 6 months, and Rabbi Lauren joined us in the middle of a pandemic, and she's still mostly been unable to meet in person the community that has so embraced her. Nevertheless, she has done an amazing job of stepping in as our spiritual leader. Anyone who has engaged in any of our services or study sessions, B'nai Mitzvahs, Shiva Minions, podcasts, and our many parking lot drive-thrus will know that Rabbi Lauren is authentic, intentional, creative, compassionate, wicked smart, and inspirationally musical. She carries herself with an easy grace and meets you wherever you are on your Jewish journey. And so in honor of Rabbi Lauren's Brit Kehillah, I am really excited to announce that Or Hadash is establishing a music fund and a music endowment. One of the pillars of Or Hadash and one of Rabbi Lauren's true gifts is infusing music to uplift us and to add spirituality and ruach to our communal and individual prayer experience. The music fund is a new donation category to give Rabbi Lauren resources to recruit musicians to continue to enrich our Shabbat and holiday services. I invite you to join me and Bruce in supporting this endeavor with a donation to this new fund in her honor. We've put the donation link in the chat, and it also can be found on our website homepage. The second part of this musical tribute to Rabbi Lauren is the establishment of an endowment. And this endowment, which will be built up over time, has been seeded by a very generous $25,000 gift to ensure our long-term commitment to perpetuating our musical traditions at Or Hadash. We just finished Shabbat Shirah, where we explored the power of music and song, and these funds in a very tangible way will enable us to continue to sing and share our voices. So as we kick off this program, I'd like to just give you a couple of Zoom reminders. Please remain muted throughout the entire event. At the end, you will have an opportunity to unmute. So in the meantime, we invite you to use the chat. So if you want to share messages and to wish Mazel Tov to Rabbi Lauren. And now I'd like to introduce Eric Robbins, who's the president of the Atlanta Jewish Federation.
Shavua Tov, can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Good. Okay, great. Trying out some new technology here. First of all, Gail, that was beautiful. And what you said that is especially beautiful is Rabbi Henderson is here to be with us and here to guide us and lead us. And how appropriate as we end Shabbat Shirah, when we remember that as the Jews came out of the Red Sea, the music, they were there to be there for them, to accept them, but also to sing with them. We also cannot forget this week that we're still had Tu B'Shvat, and I think it's so appropriate that that holiday is so close to when we are here to welcome Rabbi Henderson to our community. Rabbi, you're a tree, you're not a seed. You're a tree in a forest. And we have a beautiful forest here in Atlanta, a forest of very, very diverse Jewish organizations, a Jewish community that is incredibly diverse. And I welcome you to it. And you will be a tree in that forest, and a very important tree and a very incredible tree. So welcome. When I started this job nearly 5 years ago, I assume you remember this story, but you called me. I wasn't in the job maybe 2 weeks, and you called and you said, I want to be in Atlanta. My roots are in the South. I am learning a lot. I love what I'm doing. I am gaining so much, but I want to be back in the South. And I have what I think I have good intuition. And I said, this is an incredible woman and we need to bring her to the South. And I tried hard to do that. And we tried a couple things and, you found the right thing. I am so happy that in this 5 years, you have found a home, in our community. We are so, so lucky to have you. And now that you're here, I will tell you that what we need from you more than anything, and I love that your congregation has set up an endowment for music because we need spirituality, we need connection. We're going to come out of this pandemic very soon, and we're going to sing together and we're going to pray together. And I know you have an incredible way to help us to do that. I also know that the world has an awakening of the awareness of social justice and equity. And I know you care deeply about that. And I know you will be on our journey as we struggle with that as a community. And that is so, so important. So I ask for your help in that. And I also know that our connection to Israel, which is so, so, so important, you will help us on that journey. You will help us find new ways to make sure that Atlanta is connected with Israel. And lastly, I would say Atlanta is an incredibly unique city. You came from Chicago, you grew up in Columbia. We are so unique because we are people from all over. This is a diaspora of Jews here, and Or Hadash is a great example of that. And we're a city with an inside the perimeter and outside the perimeter, and Jews in Norcross and Jews way down in all parts of this big geographic spread. And we need people like you that are connectors that are going to make this one big community. And I know you will do that. You're in an incredible congregation that cares about community in ways that doesn't define itself by in town, out of town. It's a beautiful, beautiful place. And they've picked a beautiful, beautiful leader. And I'm so, so happy to welcome you. So thank you. And I wish you only success and everything that you need in strength as you join our community, and may you be a part of it and a leader in it for decades to come.
Thank you so much, Eric. Thank you for being a constant champion and cheerleader for me and for Or Hadash. I'm so glad that you could be here tonight with us. And thank you, everyone, for being with us. I want to welcome my dear teacher and mentor, Rabbi David Shuck, who I had the privilege to intern with when I was a rabbinical student at JTS, and who performed mine and Joel's wedding.
It's really an honor for me to be able to share in this moment with all of you, and this is incredibly special. Az Yashir Moshe V'nei Yisrael. Then Moses and the children of Israel sang. Miracles happen, seas are split open, and these exhausted, broken, and estranged humans just walked toward Shlemut, walk toward becoming whole. And as we take those first steps through the parted waters, words just failed to capture the experience of discovering hope. So we sang. We opened our hearts and we released whatever we unearthed inside, whatever we found with song. Az Yashir Moshe Uvenei Israel. Then, after the sea parted, Moses and the freed slaves sang. The Shem Mishmuel plays with the odd grammar of this pasuk, of this verse. Az Yashir literally means, then he will sing. And this implies something that will happen in the future. And he suggests it's like the verse from Lecha Dodi, Sof ma'aseh b'machshava techillah. That Shabbat, which was the final moment, the end of creation, it may have come on day 7, but it was actually the original goal of creation. So in a sense, it would suggest that the song at the sea was pre-planned before they even walked through. But Rashi he states the opposite. He says, Az kshera'a hanes ala belibo sheyashir shira. Then, when the sea split, it arose in Moses' heart and his mind to sing a song. So according to Rashi, now stay with me here, according to Rashi, the song arose spontaneously. So which is it? Was it pre-planned or was it spontaneous? Now what makes Lauren so special is that I think her answer to the question, right? The question is, was the song pre-planned before they went into the sea, or was it spontaneous? I think her answer would be yes. Her answer would be yes, because she is a nuanced thinker who has the gift of holding multiple, seemingly contradictory perspectives all at the same time. Her answer would be yes, because she sees the world through the veil of poetry, which is not interested in right or wrong, but it's interested in amplifying our humanity. Her answer would be yes, because as a rabbi, as your rabbi, she will pre-plan and she will build and she will think methodically and strategically. And when the moment calls for spontaneity and truth and honesty, she will open her heart and she will unearth what's inside and she will offer it to you in a song. And Rabbi Henderson's song is lilting. Through her spiritual leadership, you will experience transcendent moments when her song will be soaring. And in times of pain, her song will hold you without judgment as long as you are bereft. Her song is inspiring and roaring and tender. And of course, she also knows, and not a lot of rabbis know how to do this, she knows how to sit in silence, to make space for other people and for their songs, to make space for you. So tonight is a joyous moment for your community. You found a rabbi who yearns to serve others with integrity and respect. In Lauren, you have found a true gem of a human being. She is unusually special. And Joel is also such a wonderful man and great partner. Rabbi Henderson will serve you tirelessly and she will take you seriously. So Or Chadash, it is your job in this sacred relationship to appreciate her and to care for her. And this is not an easy task. We take our rabbis for granted. It's okay, it happens. We send them nasty emails. We get angry when they make decisions that are different from what we would want. And over time, this heart of hers that you have fallen in love with, this heart of hers that you admire and respect, that she is opening up to you, and in time you will treasure, that can begin to harden if you don't do your part in this sacred relationship. So that's your job. And I always imagine how wonderful would it be to make it a board position. You could call it the vice president for caring for our rabbi's precious heart. But keep this job, keep this task front and center. You have won the rabbi lottery. I felt this way when Lauren agreed to work with me when she was an intern, she was a student. She's a deep thinker, an honest partner, a really, really hard worker. Cherish the song of Rabbi Henderson's heart. Listen to it and protect it. And I know, without a doubt, that if you do these things, your community will be transformed. I can't imagine a better leader to guide a community, whether it's through a pandemic or in good times. So I wish you many, many years of joy and spiritual growth under Rabbi Henderson's guiding presence. And I look forward to celebrating her 25 years, her gala with you in person. Then, Yashir Liora Rivka Uvnei Or Chadash, Rabbi Henderson and Congregation Or Chadash will sing a song of utter joy and exultation. May you go from strength to strength. Mazal Tov.
Amen. Ken Yiratzon. Thank you, David. Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi Shuck, for those beautiful words. And I will take under advisement adding an additional board position that deals with caring for Rabbi Lauren. I think that would be a good thing to do. Now we want to introduce something that all of you participated in creating, which is our montage of We Are Or Hadash. I want to thank you all for contributing to this beautiful montage that you're about to see.
We are Or Hadash because of the diverse community.
The essence of community.
Our community.
It is the place where I belong.
We belong to a community that nurtures us.
We love this Hamisha community we're a part of.
We love the community.
We are two tired, overworked parents who regain our energy through this
warm and caring community.
It's the only place I can be a Jewish mom who loves making connections between Torah and daily life, as well as getting good TV recommendations.
Because of the amazing, warm people that we know through there.
We are a founding family.
We are founding members of the congregation
who love its sense of community.
We're glad to have you in our community.
We are glad to be part of this community.
We moved to Atlanta 8 years ago and found our community at Or Hadash.
We joined Or Hadash at the beginning of the year, and we have loved how welcoming Rabbi Lauren and the whole Or Hadash community has been towards us.
We're grateful to be part of such a caring and supportive community.
We are beautiful and diverse, and we are each of us ourselves.
We love the international, diverse community.
And the Hamish environment of our synagogue.
How this Hamish energy starts flowing.
We care deeply about our community and love Or Hadash because of their commitment to all.
We are Or Hadash. We love learning new things about our rich heritage and tradition.
I never get tired of studying Jewish texts.
A lover of lifelong learning, music, and community.
We are Tekin Olam, helping to repair the world.
We are Or Hadash.
We love singing along with services.
We love the music in Or Hadash.
We love the music and spirit of the Or Hadash community.
The music and the spirituality.
You can always find us at services on Shabbat.
The music of Friday night services.
And cooking and baking in the kitchen.
We are Or Hadash.
Bat mitzvahs.
We are Torah readers.
We are former board members.
We are Snowmageddon overnight guests.
And we love simchas.
We help to build the Tuesday morning Minyan community so that recent mourners and those observing a yurtzeit would have an opportunity to say Kaddish during the week.
It's a nice traditional conservative service followed by a Kiddush club. What could be nicer?
We love Or Hadash so much. It gives us a fun and welcoming place to pray.
And to have a place that we can call our spiritual home.
Finding our family, the spiritual home that others search a lifetime for.
Because of the warmth and love.
Education, social activities, and a caring community.
Our congregation is warm, connected.
Warmth, love, and support.
We are Or Hadash.
Our home away from home and our family away from family.
More than our Jewish community.
It's our chosen family.
To give me an opportunity to share my creativity.
To share the joy in all the best times of our life.
And in times of sorrow.
Because Or Hadash is family.
Friends and family at COH. We are Or Hadash.
We love the
Food.
community.
Dynamic duo of our new rabbi and learning director.
Friends. Our village of friendships and support for 15 years.
We joined this year because we have friends that are members.
We love the friendships we've made and strengthening our Jewish life.
We are Or
Hadash.
Amazing place because they welcome all people.
Nice people.
Meeting new friends at Mahonada.
Popcorn.
And it's helped me become who I am.
And we like seeing our friends and the rabbi.
I look forward to the next chapter with Rabbi Lauren.
We're grateful and excited that Rabbi Lauren has chosen to lead our spiritual family.
Welcome to both of you. We look forward to seeing more of you.
So happy to have you. Would you like some tea?
Mazel tov, Rabbi Lauren. Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Deep love that is growing day by day between a rabbi and all of you.
Welcome, Rabbi Lauren.
Bienvenida.
Encantamos todo lo
We're
hispánico.
looking forward to learning a lot judaically and spiritually from Rabbi Lauren and Mazel Tov.
Looking forward to continuing our journey together.
We are Or Hadash.
We are Or Hadash.
And we are so glad to have found our home.
Rabbi Lauren, Mazal Tov for your inauguration in this wonderful Kehillah Kedoshah. May you go from Michael Lechael, from strength to strength. Or Hadash is lucky to have you, a beautiful neshama, as their spiritual leader. And you are lucky to have one of the most incredible Jewish communities in the world.
We are incredibly thankful and blessed to be able to participate in this momentous occasion for our Kehillah Kedoshah, our holy congregation. Tarvitzi Torah Rabbi, may you spread your Torah among our congregation. May you go from Chai to Chai, Mazal Tov.
Sending you and everybody else hugs from Yerushalayim.
Mazal Tov, Mazal Tov.
Thank you so much, everyone. I'm very verklempt here. As I watched all of your clips and faces come on the screen, I was just so struck that with almost every single one of them, I had a real memory, many actual real in-person memories of being with you, sitting in my driveway in lawn chairs, or talking on the phone as I walked in laps around the building and, hearing your advice. And it's just incredible, even after this short time, to have real, solid, loving, caring memories of so many of you. And I just can't wait to build even more. Thank you. Our next guest and teacher is my dear friend and mentor and teacher, Rabbi Lizzie Heidemann from Mishkan, Chicago. We have her pre-recorded, so she's here live, but she's going to share a few words, and then, along with Aaliyah and Henry, share some music.
Take number 3. I will get this under 5 minutes, I promise. Hi, everybody. My name is Rabbi Lizzie Heidemann. I'm here in Chicago at Mishkan and had the privilege of working with Rabbi Lauren for 4 years before she was approached by and then visited you, or Chadash, and came back from that visit in love. She was in love and was just so excited at the prospect of returning to her native roots in the South, to come back with the Jewish wings that she's been flexing and the muscles in those Jewish wings that she's been flexing her entire life, and that she spent the last 4 years in Mishkan working out. Rabbi Lauren has the gifts of Moses and Aaron and Miriam. There are not that many people that come with all of the gifts of Jewish leadership that we see embodied by our leaders in the Torah. Like this past week and over the weekend, reading about Moses, the great community organizer and strategist, and Aaron, the great communicator that worked with Moses to get the message where it needed to go, and then Miriam, who led the people and who led them in song and spirit, without which they would have been demoralized on much of that walk through the desert. There aren't that many leaders that hold within themselves those dimensions of leadership and are able to both think critically about what are the steps and at what pace do we move to evolve and change. How do we bring as many people along with us as we possibly can? How do we communicate to the community, to individual different groups within the community? How do I give sermons? How do I skillfully weave together ideas and Torah and my own life experience? And how do I lead people in song and prayer and hold people's hands when they're mourning and grieving, and celebrate and sing with people when they're celebrating? Rabbi Lauren is one of those people. There aren't that many of them. You're really lucky. You got a rock star. Inside of Rabbi Lauren's petite frame is a powerhouse of a person and thinker and rabbi. And I imagine you know that already, and that was what attracted you to her. And my prayer, my blessing for you is that you allow her to be the fullness of the person and the rabbi that she is and is becoming. Ehyeh asher ehyeh, God says, I'm who I am and I'm who I'm becoming. And Rabbi Lauren is not finished yet. She is in process. And I'm so excited to see and to witness how she steps into a greater sense of authority and courage and sense of articulateness around the messages that she's bringing. She has such deep wisdom, and she is so learned, and you are all so lucky to be benefiting from her depth of Torah and of soul, really, and from her love. So we're going to share a song with you, Min HaMeitzar, from the depths I called out, Va'anani b'merchavya, and you, God, answered me with great expansiveness. And this song, the tune was actually written by Krishna Das. And so like Indian kirtan is the style it was written in, but in our tradition, we also have a call response sort of style. And this was set to this prayer was set to this music by a mutual teacher of ours, Rabbi Sam Feinsmith, and our band here in Chicago, Azamra. And we're gonna sing and share it with you. Me, my husband Henry, and Aaliyah, our friend. All of us are dedicating this, Rabbi Lauren, to your success, your continued learning, and your continued flourishing as a leader that will guide people through the wilderness of the days that we are in, and into a better future, into a promised land. Yasher Koach, Mazel Tov, we miss you. Okay, hold on a second.
Min hametzar kara
Oh, love you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are just such beautiful souls, and I am so grateful for the miracle that allows you to be here in music and in spirit and with us in this moment. Thank you. So I'm just very overflowing right now, and I want to introduce one more teacher of mine who will be installing me in this sacred relationship, my beloved Rabbi Michal Springer.
Am I unmuted?
Yes.
Beautiful. I want to see you, Lauren, and for some reason I am not. There you are. Okay. So, Lauren, Reb Lauren, you were looking for Or Chadash before you even knew they existed. I'm so moved to be with you this evening, to see the video with all of the faces of the community, and to have been with you this morning, and to hear you and Joel singing together, leading from the Bima. You are open-hearted. You bring a spiritual depth and a passion to everything that you do. You have a sublime love of Judaism, love of Jews, and love of the divine. This morning in Shul, you mentioned my mom when you were asking about songs that we sing that shape our lives. And I knew in that moment that that's what you do for everyone in your kahal. You find those places of connection that touch our hearts and our souls when we didn't even know they were waiting to be touched. And when you evoked my mother this morning, you created what I want to share with you right now. As I mentioned, my mother had a particular piece of the liturgy that she sang over and over again as she was in her advanced stages of dementia. She lived with dementia and blindness, and these were her words. And they come through me to you tonight to set you on your way as you come into a new relationship with this beautiful Kehillah that you've already created such a bond with in your short time. My mother would sing from the Shabbat liturgy of the Amidah. Kadshenu b'mitzvotecha, v'ten chalkenu b'toratecha, sab'enu mituvecha v'samchenu b'shuatecha, v'tahar libenu v'ovdecha be'emet. Make us holy through your mitzvot, and let the Torah be your portion, our portion. Fill our lives with your goodness and gladden us with your deliverance. Purify our hearts to serve you truly. Kadshenu b'mitzvotecha. Lauren, you love mitzvot. You love the doing that organizes our life as a sacred project. V'ten chalkenu b'toratecha. Our portion is in Torah. You understand this in profound ways. The Torah is your portion, is your allotment, the gift that grounds you in this life and equips you to meet all its challenges, and the teaching of this Torah that is your gift to all of us, as I witnessed so exquisitely this morning. It won't surprise you to know that I was weeping. Sab'enu mituvecha. These are my mother's special words. I realized when I was saying Kaddish for my mother that her name is in these words. My mother's name was Tova. Sab'enu mituvecha. With everything that she suffered from in her life, my mother always felt satisfied with the goodness that was hers. Her gratitude, her satisfaction was a tremendous gift to me, and I share it with you. The smile that you have when you daven conveys your satisfaction, and fosters it in everyone around you. May you always be able to access that smile. V'samchenu b'shuatecha, gladden us with your deliverance, with your salvation. The reality is that we need deliverance. We don't come with everything all resolved. And this liturgy promised us that the possibilities of deliverance are real. And there is joy that comes with that experience. You walk with a profound sense of the possibilities of the joy with the need for that deliverance. And finally, v'taher libeinu le'avdecha be'emet, purify our hearts to serve you truly. Reb Lauren, you are a truth teller. Reb Lauren, you are someone who is dedicated to service. Reb Lauren, when you say, taher libeinu le'avdecha be'emet, purify us, you have an awareness that human beings are complex, that we contain impulses that lead us in many directions. And you don't only look for that which is good. Your large embrace makes space for all of us in our wholeness and our brokenness and our yearning for greater wholeness. What a gift in this time of greatest challenge that Reb Lauren and Or Chadash have come together. The blessings that are possible when we are sanctified by mitzvot and when Torah is our chelek, our portion, are magnified with Reb Lauren's leadership. Reb Lauren, may you always feel great satisfaction, gratitude, and joy as you bring your loving, wise self to Or Chadash. And now, I ask your mother, Nancy, please to come forward and open the Aron Kodesh. And Reb Lauren's going to take one of the Sifrei Torah and hold it tight. We all saw you holding it tight this morning. Nancy, do you mind just closing the curtain there? Fantastic. I'm a stickler for such things. Thank you. It is written in the book of Joshua that God spoke to the prophet as he was about to assume leadership of the people. We repeat these words now to the rabbi of this congregation, Rabbi Lauren Henderson, with the prayer that God will be with her in every task and every moment. Lo yamush sefer haTorah hazeh mipich, v'hagit bo yomam v'layla, leman tishmeri la'asot kechol hakatuv bo, ki az tatzliach et rachech, v'az taskili. Halo tzivitich, chazek ve'ematz, al ta'arotz ve'al techat, ki imach Adonai Elohaich b'chol asher telechi. Let not this book of Torah cease from your lips, but recite it day and night, so that you may observe faithfully all that is written in it. Only then will you prosper in your undertakings, and only then will you be successful. We charge you, be strong and resolute. Proceed with courage and confidence, for Adonai your God is with you wherever you go. Amen.
Thank you, Michal. First of all, I just want to thank everyone who has made today and this weekend possible. My friends and my teachers who are able to join us over Shabbat and this evening, Alex, Ariel, Eric, David, Lizzie, Henry, Aaliyah, and Michal. Thank you so much for the gift of your presence and your wisdom now and always. To everyone from Or Hadash who's played a role in making this weekend happen, Luna and Adam, Ori, Ellen, Heather, Rich, Jason, Jennifer, Scott, Denise, Angela, Carlos, Santos, our amazing installation committee of Mark and Sylvia and Debbie, Amy and Will, and especially Gail. I'm so grateful for all of you. And to my mom for being here today. To my dad, Zichrono Livracha, for teaching me a love of Torah. And especially to Joel for going on this crazy adventure with me. Right after college, I went to Jerusalem to study for a year at Pardes, the orchard. I remember sitting in the Beit Midrash on the first day of classes in a giant circle with all of the other newbies. And the head of the yeshiva began by telling us this parable. Imagine that for your entire life, you have been carrying around a giant, heavy backpack. This backpack was handed down from generation to generation in your family, and it has now been entrusted to you. You've been lugging it everywhere, and you have always assumed that it was full of rocks, because no one else has ever told you otherwise. But one day, you decide to place the backpack down and see what's inside. And as you unzip the bag, instead of rocks, you find that it is full of bright, sparkling jewels. This whole time, you had no idea. So of course he was talking about Judaism, all of this richness of text and tradition and people. And for me, it wasn't so much that Judaism ever felt like a burden. It was just that I never had a chance to really understand until I was an adult how much depth and richness it held. The Jewish side of my family had left most of the rituals behind when they came over from Poland and Austria in the early 20th century, so I really didn't grow up with much at all. And I decided to become a rabbi really because I just wanted to learn nonstop and discover all that I could about Judaism. And I found that I could just spend my entire day immersing myself in text and really reclaim this inheritance as mine, to really own it for the first time. But even during that year in Jerusalem in 2009, there was something that was tugging at me, this sort of nagging sense that a life filled with learning wasn't going to be enough. My parents were doctors, really healers, my mom especially. I watched her come home from work having cared for children who had been harmed by the very people who were supposed to protect them. And so there was something in me that called me to a life of service and healing too. And that the Torah that I was learning all day was meant to be a force for goodness and compassion in the world, whose many pathways all led to peace. A guest speaker named Rabbi Levi Lauer came to one of my classes one day to speak to all of us yeshiva bachers, especially those of us who were really on fire for Torah and mitzvot, and many of us for the first time. Rabbi Lauer cared for some of the most traumatized people in the city of Yerushalayim, victims of human trafficking, survivors of terror, Holocaust survivors who were now living in poverty. And he said one line to us that day that I will never forget. He said, "If you think that God cares more about whether you flip on a light switch on Shabbos than the beggar that you just turned away from on the street, you have got it all wrong." So I came up to him after class that day in tears, and I said, "What am I doing? Like, 1 year of study is one thing, but I knew at this point that I wanted to be a rabbi, so how can I, in good conscience, spend the next 5 or 6 years of my life in school when I have an obligation to do work that's actually helping people? And he said to me, go and learn. You're going to be able to have more influence and power as a rabbi than you do now, and you'll be able to use that for goodness and for justice. But you have to make a commitment right here, right now, to devote your rabbinate to the service of others, not just to the pursuit of Torah. And in myself, I could tell at that moment I made a vow. And I'm still working to live up to my end of that promise. Fast forward 6 years later, it was spring 2016, and I was about to be ordained as a rabbi. I was so lucky to have had many brilliant, compassionate mentors at JTS like Michal and David, who helped me discern the path that I was on and what was most important to me. And I was starting to look at jobs, and I was especially focused on the Southeast, like Eric said, looking for my beshert, my perfect fit community. But nothing quite felt like the right fit. I wasn't your classic conservative rabbi. I had one foot in the conservative movement and the other in this emerging post-denominational Jewish world. And most of the traditional conservative synagogues I interviewed, it just wasn't beshert. The place where I found my calling right out of rabbinical school was a community called Mishkan, where I found that same feeling of warmth and aliveness and music and inspiration and at-homeness that I experienced in Jerusalem. Rabbi Lizzie created a space where people who never thought that Judaism held a place for them could find their spiritual home too. And after 4 beautiful years at Mishkan, I was becoming ready to search for my beshert community again. Luckily, that community was beginning its search for a rabbi at the exact same time. This was a community that was also defined by its warmth, its music, its love for tradition, and its embrace of innovation. Or Hadash and I found one another, and there was no other word but beshert to describe what it felt like during that weekend almost a year ago. But we have seen that even when it feels beshert on both sides, not everything turns out perfectly as planned. This certainly isn't the first year that any of us had envisioned or hoped for, but we have learned together over this past half year how much we have the capacity to adapt and evolve to the circumstances that are being thrown at us. And I think what I've learned is that instead of the fantasy where the community and the rabbi meet and fall in love and live happily ever after, the actual reality of this sacred relationship is one where we will all be transformed in the encounter, myself included, in ways that we are not yet even aware. We will continue to discover more and more about one another through asking questions and telling stories so that we can co-create this next chapter in the evolution of Or Hadash. Our work is to continue to build a community of warmth and light, where everyone who walks through these doors knows deep in their soul that they are loved and valued and seen and known. Our world needs this now. And that love emanates from each and every one of us, and it takes all of us to share it. In this coming week's Parsha, Yitro comes to visit Moshe, his son-in-law. And after catching up for a bit, he watches Moshe struggling as a new leader of this massive bunch of Israelites, sitting and judging all their different disputes and questions from dawn until dusk. And so Yitro approaches Moshe and says, "What are you doing? Why are you sitting alone? Why are you judging all these cases by yourself?" And Moshe responds, "Well, people have to come through me to inquire of God. If they want justice, if they want to know God's laws and teachings and have their cases judged properly, they've got to come through me." But Yitro says to him, This thing that you are doing is not good. You will surely wear yourself out, and these people as well. For the task is too heavy for you. You can't do it alone. Not only is solo leadership bad for Moshe and driving him to burnout, it's bad for the entire people. Moshe's current system is based on a theory of leadership where there is only one expert, one right way, one answer. But we know that rarely, if ever, is that true. When power is concentrated in the hands of a single person or even just a very small group, it is too heavy a task for them. And it also denies the wisdom that is already present within the people themselves. So Yitro suggests a new way. Moshe will set the vision for the society, but he has to share power by seeking out capable, wise, trustworthy partners who can be representatives of their tribes. And if you do this, Yitro says, you will be able to stay standing, and the people themselves will be able to go home in peace. Everyone will win. I know in my heart of hearts that every single member of this community is carrying around your own backpack with your very own jewels. Not just the richness of the Judaism that you have inherited or that you have chosen, but the talents and the gifts and the skills that you have been blessed with that you want to share with all of us. And so I want to invite you to share those gifts and to co-create along with me. We have so many people who have already stepped in, building our tech team, volunteering to teach classes and workshops, reviving our women's group, sharing your music, organizing Tikkun Olam projects, and many, many more. And so if you have been waiting to share, if you have an inkling of what your precious jewel might be, this is your moment. There has never been a better time, and our wider community and our wider world has never been in greater need of us to step up. I know and I trust that we have everything we need right here, right now, to meet the challenges of this moment. My hope for all of us is that we are made even more whole in the years to come through shaping a community that is a shining reflection of all of us in our fullness. I want to close with Shehachianu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Amen.
Thank you, Rabbi Lauren, for your eloquent words. And as you were talking about proverbial gifts of the congregation, we'd actually like to bestow a few actual gifts to you on behalf of the congregation. And so, if Joel, you could bring those up to the bima, please, for Rabbi Lauren. And I'm going to turn it over to Dr. Amy Robertson, who is our Director of Lifelong Learning, who's going to present the gifts.
Rabbi Lauren. It is such a joy to get to represent the community in offering these gifts for you. I got the best job. I'm waiting so I can see which gift you have. Yeah, do that one.
Okay. Did they tell you I love gifts? Ooh. Look at this.
Handmade in Jerusalem.
Oh, hold on, Amy, we're having a little trouble hearing you. Let's see. Try again. Now I can't hear you. We were doing so well. Really on a roll.
Testing.
Yeah, oh yeah, now that's good.
Yeah, okay. Back to the beginning.
Sure. I heard from Jerusalem, hand
Oh,
carved.
you heard from Jerusalem. Good. Okay, perfect. So here is the blessing of David's harp for you. May you be as fearless in your pursuit of God and as bold in your spirituality as King David. And may you lead us in the same. May the music that you bring to our sanctuary soften our hearts, bring us courage, and connect us to something much greater than ourselves.
Thank you.
And
Okay, now I have to open the other one. Oh, this is where I need Joel and his knife. I'm like one of those gift openers that likes to like do it on the seam and.
Yes.
Okay, now I just have to rip. This is awkward. Okay.
This second gift is from
my God.
from the youth of Or Hadash. It's a quilt with over 50 squares, each created by a different child. And I have to say, it was quite something to do a collaborative art project during a pandemic.
You got a Spider-Man on there.
So at first, we had small groups that were able to meet in the social hall. But when COVID numbers got worse, families came in one at a time, each sequestered in their own classroom. Other families worked at home and they would schlep across town to get squares and borrow supplies. And I would have these meetings in driveways. And we left envelopes with fabrics in corners of the shul that we didn't think you would see. So if you've noticed strange things in the shul this month, that is why.
I noticed nothing.
Oh, good. Good. I kept telling people, I think she's got her hands full. It's okay.
Total cluelessness, complete cluelessness.
This project would not have been possible, could not even have gotten off the ground without Leah Stocklandis, whose expertise and generosity was instrumental at every step. But now let me tell you about the quilt. On each square, our children were asked to share something that lights them up, something that brings them happiness. And you will find everything from music to popcorn, from squirrels to summer camp, from sunshine to serving others. And whenever you feel daunted by the enormity of the world's grief, we hope that you will choose a square to focus on, just one, and try to summon up that warm spark of joy that child has shared with you. As we formally intertwine our communal life with yours tonight, like 2 wicks on a Havdalah candle, please know that we will always share our light with you as you share yours with us, so that together all of our days will be brighter.
Oh my goodness. Thank you. Oh, Leah and everybody, this is so beautiful. I'm just going to show you the back because it's just amazing. Oh my God. Wow, wow, wow. Now I'm just have all the detritus of gifts. Oh, thank you. Wow, I am so, so touched and moved.
So as we move towards the conclusion of this wonderful evening, I want to thank all of Rabbi Lauren's teachers and mentors who added so much wisdom and joy to this celebration. And we will end as we began with music. It will be by Dr. Amy Robertson and her husband Will. And before we move to that, I just want to let everybody know that when they are done, we will have like a virtual receiving line for Rabbi Lauren. So those of you who would like to share some thoughts with her can do so. So if you want, you can put your name in the chat, and our moderator will see you and call on you, and you can unmute and share something. And that way we can have a little of communal conversation at the end, which is part of our tradition. So I want to thank you all for being a part of this auspicious occasion, and I wish you Shavua Tov.
Thank you so much, everyone. I'm just, as I always do, closing my eyes, and every time I close my eyes, just imagining this room filled with all of you. So let's do this all over again, maybe in a year, but next time, everybody here. Thank you.
Gordon's, you're up.
This is so beautiful. We're so happy to have you.
Hi, hi. Oh, great to see you. Thank you. Oh, there's the puppy. Yay.
Hi, Jonah.
Jonah! Love, love. I saw your square.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov, beautiful
Mazel tov.
person, and we are so happy and blessed to have you as our rabbi.
Thank you, Larry and Rochelle. Thank you.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
Hey, Sheila and Michael.
Hi.
Herb.
Hi. Thank you so much for the light and the wisdom that you bring us and your love.
We love you and we appreciate you, and we're delighted you're our leaders.
We love you
Thank
too.
you, Joel.
He's good too. We'll keep him.
Not Mike.
Yes, you too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hear oh yes. Hi, Stacy. Hi, David. Oh, you're muted.
Stacy, unmute.
There.
There you go.
Mazel tov. To say was shared a year ago is an understatement. We knew it right away. We love you. We are so looking forward to growing with you and Joel. And we can't wait to have you with us in one day soon. You're a light in our lives.
Yay. Thank you.
Welcome to Chicago. It's a lot better weather.
So, thank you very much for leading us, both of you, and for teaching us, and for keeping our synagogue together through this pandemic, but also together through this transition. And we are together now, and it's so much because of what you give us. And it's really, really so nice of you, and we greatly appreciate it. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you, David and Deborah. David, I hope you're playing along tonight as we were.
Thank you.
Is that Lois and Jerry? I think I see you.
Yes.
Thank you
We
very
didn't
much.
know whether we got out, but we wanted to thank you so much and to welcome you, and thank you for all the love that you both give so much of yourself for other people.
You're amazing.
Thank you for feeding us, literally. Thank you for keeping our freezers stocked and our bellies full.
We love you, and we're so happy that you're here with our congregation.
Thank you.
Love you too. Thank you.
Hi, Lauren. It's Barbara and Lenny.
Oh, hi, Barbara and Lenny. I see Shlomit, but I hear you.
Little ceremony, and we're sending lots of love and best wishes to you and to Joel. Love you.
Thanks,
Thank you. Thank you. So glad you could be with us.
Mazel tov. Bye.
It's Joel's aunt and uncle.
Rabbi Lauren, welcome to the community. You have passed with flying colors
the greatest test of our sages, who say that things that come from the heart penetrate the heart. You always pass it. You always talk to us from your heart with authenticity, with honesty, with wisdom. Welcome and good luck. And I would like also to take the opportunity to welcome Dr. Amy to the community, and Yoel, for you to coming to Atlanta. And your success is ours.
Thank you, Shlomit. We share such a love for Hebrew and Hebrew grammar, among many other things. You have been such a beautiful chavruta these last few months. Thank you.
Mazel Tov, Lauren, Rabbi Lauren, and welcome, Joel. It's Susan and Henry.
Hi, Susan and Henry.
And Harper's here too.
Yes.
Never misses, loves the music. But
Good.
we really enjoyed getting to know the two of you. Thanks for guiding our family, Adam, October 3rd for Zoom mitzvah. It was an amazing experience, brought people together from all over the world. And you really, really shown a spotlight in the community to tell everybody what Or Hadash is about. So thank you for that and welcome. Can't wait to get to know you even better and go on another walk.
Yes, yes. When it gets warm, we're going to make it happen. Thanks, Susan. Thanks, Henry. Lots of love to Adam. Tell him I miss him.
Sure if we're online, but
Are we online?
Lauren and Joe, we can't wait to have more time. My Kinski for future's going to bring. We're excited to have you guys and to share a lot of music and a lot of spirituality. And we're so happy to have you guys among us.
And I have a flan in the refrigerator for you.
I know. I didn't respond to your text yesterday. I said, oh, no, I forgot about the flan. All right, we'll connect after. We'll connect. You know I love your flan.
You said a word.
You have to unmute.
I did unmute.
Did you?
Yes, I did. Lauren?
Yes. Hi. Oh, hi, Margie and Herb.
We want to once again welcome you. You brought such a love to our synagogue, wisdom and light. And somebody said it before, but it's never sure when someone new comes to a synagogue that it'll really be the great fit that we hope it'll be. But this has been above and beyond our expectations. Many years ahead for all of us with your guidance.
Now, may I say a word? You notice I have to ask permission. There was a time that I had 3 moments of uninterrupted speaking time, but now I'm going to take an extra moment. So here we welcome you. We're very happy that you have become part of our lives and that you are the guiding light for the community. We wish you all the best, all the luck, all the love that everybody can give you.
Thank you.
Now you can talk.
No, I've said my piece. No.
Love you both.
Hi, Rabbi Lauren. Hi.
Oh. Face, and so it's a real game to guess who do I know that voice. It's like a test for me.
I live in the same team as Herb, so.
Cristian Eduardo. We just want to say Mazel Tov, welcome, bienvenida. We're so excited to walk this journey with you, and we send you a big virtual hug. And
To both of you?
yes, to both of you. You can hug each other.
Yeah, well, surrogate hug.
And we're so happy and blessed that you are our rabbi. Thank you.
And we enjoy the journey of the Aris Bar Mitzvah, so it was very, very enlightening, I think, for the whole family. So
Thank you. Can't wait for 3 more, or 2 more.
Rabbi? Harriet and
Yes. There we go. Hi, Harriet and David.
We're very happy that you're part of the school. Let's
Oh, can't hear you, Harriet. Oh.
um,
I think the connection's a little off. Try here. Yeah, try.
Can you hear us now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. We're just very happy to have you as part of our shul, and you really did just mesh in to everything that we had wanted and hoped for when we started the shul in 2003, and really started thinking about in 2002 this dream that we could have this beautiful congregation of Or Hadash, and you have been the perfect shared rabbi that we never even thought that we could have, and it was really great. I mean, you had really big shoes to walk in, and I think that knowing Emily and Mario, I think they are very comfortable that they were such good hands. And it's amazing that today I've had this feeling after the death of my father, I have felt like this calm recovery, and I realized that today is day 30. And I really thank you for being a part of that very hard time for me. But it was just like I forgot that today is 30th day, and I now feel like I really felt like I was just coming. I felt very different today, and it's something I feel like I'm going to that next level. So thank you so much.
Thank you, both of you. Our tech people are making a plan.
Everyone, feel free to unmute yourselves. We can give one big mazel tov.
Lauren,
Hi, Grandma and Grandpa.
we just want to know that you've been a joy in our family, and we are so proud of you. And just sitting here and listening has been so inspirational. I can't tell you how touched we've been. You've been a wonderful wife to Joel and a wonderful addition to our family. We love you.
Love you, love you.
They're in their 90s, like late 90s.
That's called quelling.
And Lauren?
Yes, is that?
I'd like to add also that if Or Hadash is only half as lucky to have you as part of their family as we are to have you in ours, they will truly be blessed. And I would love to be there to just give you a big hug now.
Hug Joel.
Yeah.
I'd
Thanks,
like to
Harry.
add, from the congregational perspective, that I thought your video, the video that your congregation made, was so beautiful and so touching. And I have attended a few installation ceremonies, and I thought this was magnificent. I loved the quilt. I can't wait. I can't wait to come to Atlanta and see it in person. Not you so much, the quilt.
It will grace our home.
Yeah, just for that.
Only
she's
kidding.
still in her 90s.
I thought it was awesome to hear your teachers speak about you. Yes, quelling to the nth degree. And you guys are so lucky to have Lauren and Joel in your midst. But yes, the ceremony was beautiful, and we enjoyed every second of it. So love you both.
Love you too.
Thank you, love you, love you.
Rabbi Lauren, Joel.
Oh, Leah, oh my goodness.
Maker.
It was such a joy to be part of this, and I am so thankful, Rabbi Lauren, that you're here, and trust that if you take care of us, we will take care of you. We recognize what a precious gift we have. So welcome, welcome.
Thank you.
The love that you richly deserve.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Rabbi Lauren and Joel, welcome and Mazel Tov. We are truly blessed to have you guide us and inspire us. And we're blessed by your warmth, compassion, and love. During Pesach, we say next year in Jerusalem. So let me be the first to say this year in Atlanta at Congregation Or Hadash.
Amen, Selah.
And thank you for being so inspirational and for your spirituality and your positivity and for being so uplifting to us all during a very challenging time in America and the world. We look forward to getting to know you better, and we just are very excited about what the future holds for Congregational Hadash. Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl and Paul. Thank you.
I feel like we
Oh, yes. Oh, Ellie.
little Simon Toppin, Mazel Toppin, Mazel Toppin. I'm so excited for you, girl. And I'm so excited to be witnessing and cheering along this journey from afar.
Love you. Okay, I'm getting the word that we need to bring this to a close as a real celebration of love. So we're gonna, yes, we're gonna.
I wish you a mazel tov, that's all.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
We are so happy to have you. So lucky.
Mwah.
Yes, you are our new Rav.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov, mazel tov.
Mazel tov.
To make music together in person.
Mazel tov.